My name is Cadet Ramosi. Joining me today is Cadet Harrison, and he's going to show us how to set up our drawers for field training. Alright, so this is obviously our top drawer. What's the deal, Cadet Harrison?
The deal with the top drawer is it's going to contain all of your V-neck shirts, your white V-necks, your brown crew neck shirts for your BDUs, your BDU socks, your blue socks, as well as your underwear. Well, let's have a closer look. This is the configuration for your top drawer. Notice BDU shirts go to the bottom right corner, grounded all the way. Make sure that there's no gap here whatsoever. They'll check with rulers or whatever they have to make sure that in fact all of these shirts are touching the bottom of the drawer. Next, grounded to the front of the drawer next to the brown shirts will be the white V-neck shirts, and your underwear folded will go in the back right corner, and your blue socks will be grounded next to those along the back, and then next will go your BDU socks grounded to your blue socks.
What's the specific orientation of the socks? Is there a certain way they have to be facing?
The facing of the sock will be the single edge will face the front, and the open end of the socks, which is what they call the tailpipe, will be facing the back of the drawer, as if you were backing a car into a garage, where the tailpipe will be facing the back of the garage. Likewise, the open end of the sock will also be facing the back of the drawer. And also, the open end of the underwear will also be facing the back of the drawer. All the single folds are what you're going to see. When in doubt putting these drawers together, just make it look professional. Obviously, you would want all the single folds, the clean folds, facing forward, because that's what you're going to see. So all the bad edges will be grounded to the edge of the drawers.
Okay, so if they're measuring the shirts, where are they going to measure from? Are they going to measure the shirt itself, or are they going to measure from the end of the drawer, or are they going to measure the full length of the drawer?
What they're going to do is they're going to take a ruler and they're going to measure the length of the actual shirt itself. They're not going to measure it from the drawer. They're going to take a ruler and they're going to stick it in your drawer, and they're going to make sure all your shirts are exactly 6 inches wide and that they're all perfectly grounded to the surfaces of the drawers.
Okay, that's our top drawer. Let's move on to our bottom drawer. Pretty basic, huh?
Yeah, the bottom drawer is not much to it. There's actually, only thing that goes in here will be your towel, your washcloths, and that's it.
That's it.
That's all that goes in there? Well, seems like a waste of space, but this is where your towels will go, folded just like this, 6 inches wide, just like the brown shirts and the V-neck shirts. And then the washcloths will also be folded right on top of there, and that's how it goes.
Alright, so that's the bottom drawer. What's this next drawer here?
This is the personal hygiene drawer. It's highly recommended that you use a towel to cover the bottom of the drawer. Make sure if you put a towel in the bottom of your personal hygiene drawer that it's wrinkle free and that it fits all the edges exactly. It'll take a while for you to tweak it to get it folded just right so you don't have a bunch of gathering on the edges. A lot of people trim their PT towels if they have a really big PT towel to fit in there. There's lots of different tricks that you can come up with to assist you in this area. The basic configuration of the hygiene drawer will be as follows. You'll just have your shampoo grounded to the right side here. You'll have your toothbrush right here in the middle, and if it's wet, the cap of the toothbrush holder will need to be open for drying. Your razor will be grounded to the right side of the drawer, and your shaving cream will need to go grounded to the front of the drawer here. A tip to keep your shaving cream perfectly grounded is if you place a pencil here, it will create a little divot in the towel, which will allow it to rest. Because if you close the drawer really hard, especially when you're in a hurry, you open the drawer, notice it's not grounded. So you'll need to take great care when closing the drawers to make sure that your equipment doesn't become ungrounded. And in the back right of the drawer, you'll have your toothpaste grounded to the back right of the drawer, and then your deodorant stick will be grounded to the toothpaste in the back right of the drawer. And that's all the components of your personal hygiene drawer.
Okay, that's the hygiene drawer. So what's this last drawer that we've got right here?
This last drawer is basically your security drawer. It's your catch-all for everything else that you bring that's optional, extra, that doesn't actually have a specified place in the room. Because each room has to have standardized pieces and standardized places, and you're always going to have those few little inconsistencies that people bring with them to field training to help them out. So this would be the place for it. It can be arranged any way you'd like. However, if it is checked, it needs to look neat and professional. It can't just have all of its components randomly strewn about. If they open your security drawer and you have stuff just like this, you know, they're not going to look highly on that. A good suggestion would be a small Tupperware container that would fit in there. You can place different elements, papers, security items in here, and seal it up. So when you place things in your security drawer, you can ground them however you want. So if they do open it and check it, this looks a lot more neat and professional than the ladder.
So how many of those Tupperware containers do you think you could fit in there?
With the height of the Tupperware containers would be 2 of these at this size stacked on top of each other would just barely fit in the security drawer, because there's going to be a piece of wood that slides on the top of the drawer that just slides over with a locking clasp over here. So everything will need to fit well inside the drawer in order for you to properly close it and secure it.
Okay, well, those are our drawers for field training. Thank you, Cadet Harrison. Next we'll be going over the bed drawer. Thank you for joining me today, Cadet Harrison.
My pleasure.